We're going to continue this video. We have already made a light in the middle of the room. We have made a wall on this side, a floor on this side, and a wall on this side. We have made two spaces that are slightly larger than the wall, slightly fatter than the skinny wall, and slightly smaller and window sized. They're just going to be the negative spaces where the windows are. I'm going to raise this space up to the height that I would like the window to be in the wall. I'm going to raise this window up on the y-axis by moving it to the right to the height I would like it to be in the wall. Both of these spaces, not the walls included, but both of these spaces are going to be negative spaces, so they need to be negative. And we're going to check them off. Right now it is going to transfer the material of the negative Boolean to the inside of the wall, and I have already made these materials out of the same brick that the wall is made out of, so that means that this little space that's negative in the middle where it's cut out of the wall is going to be, the inside of the window is going to be brick. So I'm going to check it off. Then I'm going to select both walls and I'm going to make those positive, and I'm going to check it off. So I'm going to group these one at a time. I'm going to group my negative window spacing by holding down Shift with my positive wall. I'm going to group it. I'm going to attributes. I'm going to make that wall positive and check it off. I'm going to select this window space that is negative, hold down Shift, group it with this window space that is positive, group it, go to attributes, make that group positive, check it off. I haven't changed the materials of the floor yet, so I'm going to go to M after I've selected the floor. Oh, here's my brick, my wood floor, so I have changed the materials of the floor. So when I render, I should have two window spaces cut out of the walls with a wooden floor and a light shining on the inside. That's not quite enough, so now we're going to put glass inside the windows. So I have already made this lovely space. All I have to do is select this little space right here and copy it beforehand, but I will just make another one that is the same size. So I'm going to make a cube. I'm going to view this from the top. I want this one to be moved over to the space of the window, and I need to make something that's slightly thinner than the wall, but it's the same size as the spacing for the window. But I need to make it pretty thin, slightly thinner than the wall, because it's just going to be the glass that goes in the window pane. So I'm going to put that glass there. I'm going to go to materials. Now there are all kinds of glass materials you can choose from. There's architectural and glass. Then I've got clear glasses, colored glasses, patterned glasses. So there's all different kinds of glasses you could use: glass bubble, crystal, heavy glass, light glass. All of these glasses you can use. Check off the glass that you like and it will be made that material. I'm going to copy it, Control C, paste, Control V. I'm going to put it over in this space and rotate it in place like this. Now all I need to do is I need to make sure that these window panes go in the right place from the side because they're on the ground. So I'm going to go back to my camera view and I'm going to raise my window panes into the spot that they need to go. Make sure that they fit in that spot. Take my window pane. If you can't find them, you can select them down here. It should be one of the most recent cubes that you made because they're in order. You can name these also. Raise it up the y-axis. It does need to be stretched taller. Take the y, move it to the right. Fill the space. If I preview, I should be able to see glass in my window panes. I even have a little bit of a reflection coming out of this one. So now I have a window in my wall. If you wanted to go even further and make some little shutters, you could make little shutters that go right here, or you could make a little box that cuts out for the door frame. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a swimming pool. So in order to make a swimming pool, I'm going to create a cube, and I am going to look at it from the top. I'm going to make it in the center of the room, and I'm going to change it into, by clicking on the Z, I'm going to change it into a pretty big space, like this. Okay? So this is going to be my pool. But in order for it to be cut out, a pool has to have, this is going to be above ground pool, but in order for it to be cut out, it has to have a pool shape cut out of it. So I need to make this part positive, and then I need to make a copy of it. So I'll check it off positive. I'm going to make a copy of it, Control C, Control V, paste. And then the copy, I'm going to make negative, and I'm going to check it off. Make that negative size slightly smaller so that we have a rim of the pool showing. And then I need to view this from the side. And I need to make sure that it is the right height. So my negative space should be slightly taller than my pool, but it shouldn't go all the way through the bottom. And then my positive space should go right here. So I'm going to check off those last two cubes, cube 9 and cube 8. And I am going to group those, and I'm going to go to attributes and make them positive. If I had wanted to make the inside of the pool a different material, I could have transferred the material of the negative boolean. So what I'll do is I'll ungroup that. I'll go to my negatives. So I'll select this negative shape, the negative shape, and I'm going to go to the materials. And remember, there was a bathroom tile material. So I'm going to go to the architectural and the flooring. I'm going to choose one of these green, maybe this green tile would be nice, or one of these for the flooring of the pool. Check it off, and then when I go to attributes, I'm going to leave transfer material of negative boolean checked off, and it's going to go green tile on the inside of my pool. Then I need to fill it with water. So in order to fill it with water, I can make a little shape that's a cube, so I can copy this shape, Control C, Control V, because I need to fill it with water. And I'm going to make another shape that's just a little bit lower than the pool height. And it's water. It can't be the water plane, because the water plane would go on endlessly, infinitely. It has to be the water shape, this form, to fill the pool with. So then I'm going to go to attributes. I copied this, so I actually want this one to be positive, not negative, because this is the water, not the space. So this water, if I go to materials, I can change this to water. And I can choose my Caribbean resort water for my pool and check it off. And then I need to go back, and I have to actually group those two again because I ungrouped the pool cubes. So I am going to go back to my camera view and go back to my view from the top. That might be easier. No, go to my side view. Front view will work. Okay, so my negative space for my pool, not my window, my negative space for my pool needs to be grouped together. I'm holding down Shift and also selecting Group 8. That needs to be grouped together. Go to Attributes, make the group positive, and check it off. I'm going to go back to my camera view and render. And I have a pool inside. Now I did not make a material for the inside edge of the pool. It's the standard gray material, so you guys would make a material. But I'm going to change my camera angle so that this is easier to see. So I'm going to go back to top, and in the camera view, select my camera. Then I'm going to look at this from the right or from the left. From the left is easier. All I need to do is I need to lift my camera up a little bit higher, and then I want to rotate it down a little bit on the x-axis so that it's looking at it from a little bit from above. And then I'm going to go back to my camera view, and now it's looking at it from above from a little bit better point of view. So now we have a room with a pool, and now you can see the reflection a little bit better in the pool. So you will get extra credit if you create a pool or a jacuzzi, but if you do not, you can still create a room with a floor and windows, and they must have glass in them. And so if you have 2 walls, 2 windows, glass in them, and a floor, then you can turn that in for full credit. So we are once again going to go to Save Image As. And when it's done rendering, you will save your image. Good luck.